Well, we can't just stand here and admire the nice view. We have another path to explore. An interesting path. And if you go down this path, you retrieve more Saavedro journal pages, which are quite important. I was always interested by this lever on this elevator, and I love how this elevator looks.
You mean the placement of where the lever is?
Like, just the elevator itself, it's kind of like a spiral-looking thing. Here's another,
I think so.
Here's another, anecdote from Saavedro about the, war on Narayan. This is an interesting one, so I'm going to read this one. I see it all so clearly now, so clear without the fog to sweep it away. How the young men in the village don't want to listen to the elders, how they stayed together at the back of the room, a growing knot of anger twisting inside them. Why should we abide by your rules, old men, they scream. You have no life inside you left to live. You gave it up decades ago to the tree. Tamara wants to take the children home. She doesn't like the way the tempers are rising. Do something, Saavedro, she whispers. Tell them to stop shouting and make them listen. Tell them what, my love? Tell them what? That their young lives do not belong to them alone? That our people are meant to be slaves to our world? Sirius and Achenar can see the confusion they're creating. I catch them looking at faces, measuring which men are most dissatisfied. Later they will approach these men in secret. They will urge the malcontents to boycott our rituals. They will prey on their youth and dissatisfaction. And the young men will begin forming gangs. They will throw off our traditions, rise against the elders, and follow the brothers. Riots will start, and the tree will be neglected. Now this is a really big deal in Saavedro's culture, because their whole livelihood depends on these trees called lattice trees. And if they are not tending to these trees, sort of like natural botanists and arbologists, then their whole city will pretty much die, and their whole civilization will collapse as they know it. So this is a huge, huge deal. Oh, Tamara. It's all so obvious now, but why couldn't I see it at the time? Every lie the brothers told, every whisper made to put themselves in power. And when our world started collapsing around us, why didn't I see how Sirius and Achenar didn't care? They never believed the truth behind our traditions. They never understood the work we had to do. They only knew the time had come to leave. And when they did, they left their linking book behind, knowing I would use it to chase after them. They lured me to this world, tied me up and left me to die here, because I didn't stop them when I should have. It's really kind of sad, because Saavedro basically blames himself for the whole thing when he didn't have anything to do with it. And in reality, Atris didn't have anything to do with it either. Sirius and Achenar did, but Saavedro and Atris didn't.
He just kind of has to blame it on someone.
Yeah, because if he doesn't blame it on someone, what is he gonna do? This just opens this iris, but I close it again because there's not anything there. That lets out our ride back to the start of this age. Every age in Exile has a ride back to the start, so we actually don't have to go here yet. I just wanted to grab those journal pages early on. Now, you really have to know where to look for these journal pages, because sometimes they're kind of hard to spot. So, as we make our way back along the bridge, try not to fall, Jolteon, I'd hate to lose you. We are going to see something interesting. Sorry I'm not very talkative tonight, guys. I'm just a little bit tired today.
More talkative than me, at least.
Mm-hmm. More talkative than you. Pokemon aren't exactly the most talkative of creatures, not in English at least. Here is the ship that is going to take us back to the beginning of the age, but it's deflated right now. Yep, it's an airship. And this is actually where Voltaic's image comes from. It sort of looks like an eye to me, but it's actually the airship. When the time is right, it will bump up against this, and we can open the door. The way we do that is by solving a pressure puzzle, which we cannot solve yet. So we'll come back to it. Oh.
Personally, that actually might be my favorite puzzle in Exile. I don't know.
Actually, note how this pipe looks different from the others? It's actually been welded shut by Saavedro and blocked off, so it can't do its intended purpose. You can only go so far down this path before it just abruptly ends and, well, there's nothing. There's the airship in another view. So, let's go back. And oh look, a ladder. This ladder is actually very easy to miss. And what do you know? More journal pages. This explains about paints. Saavedro is an artist, is very talented with art, as you can probably see from his painting in his lair of Tamra, despite the lack of eyes. And this just details that he's going to paint these murals in these ages to explain his story. Kind of another emblem of his revenge. And some of them are really creepy. You'll see one very shortly, actually. Here we are. Now we're on the other side of the thingy. So, let's go across this bridge. Now we're on the dinosaur bone thing. There's something coming up here which I think might be kind of a nod to Riven. Oh, nice view, by the way, if you look around. But there's something that I think might be a nod to Riven when you climb through the pipe to get into Gen's lair. And it's this thingy. This is a steam vent.
This whole really is similar to Riven, actually.
Yeah. Now, down here, if you go further down, it just ends abruptly. But here's where we want to go. Very, very similar to Riven, no? Oh, this puzzle. Oh, here's more evidence of vandalism by Saavedro. If you look around, that room is glowing red because it's filled with hot lava. Yep, hot lava. Voltaic is a very geothermic age, as well as being based around electricity and stuff. Oh, this puzzle involves moving levers around. Hi. Those levers are really weird to learn how to move. If we did it right. Yep. This lever here was designed to be able to move everything around without having to go into the lava room, but Saavedro vandalized it, so we can't. And now the lava in the room is gone, and we can open it. Oh, you can open up this door now if you get rid of this big bolt. That just leads back out into the cavern we were at. Let's go down to the pit.